So we'll connect to our breath, remembering that vital motion. We'll start to cue in and use the low belly muscles as we exhale. So working those abdominals into our breathing. And our pranayama today, we just work straight into rounds of Uddiyana. Let's start this in a straddle. So we'll separate legs. If you feel like you're tipping back, falling back, add a little wedge of something in the back of your pelvis. So just a teeny one, like less than an inch. That can help as the legs and hip creases get accustomed to us sitting on our pelvis like so. Inhale, use the hands pressed down. We're just going to go straight away, directly into the exhale. Bring the hands forward. Swift, thorough exhalation. Just out the mouth for maximum speed. Let the chin relax down nearer to the sternum. And start in on the perineum. So feeling for movement, motion in the perineum, the genitals, the anus, that's the middle, the front, and the back of the pelvis. The low belly. So low belly, that fleshy, muscly area just above the pubic bone, between the hip bones. Relax the belly when you need a breath. And we'll do another. So the fingertips just give us a little support again so we don't feel like we're rounding, falling back. It's a little nudge. And with feet active, inhale. And straight away, a little tip forward. Swift exhale. Stay empty. We'll keep working with the feet active. Draw the belly in. Draw in. Draw back. Draw up. And release when you need a breath. Let's do one more. So as we're doing these rounds of Uddiyana, we're not doing a breath hold, we're just going inhale to exhale. And in this final one, letting this become it's like a call to the hips, the pelvis, the organs of the pelvis and abdominal. This is information-rich arena of the body. So here we go. And resume your Ujjayi breath. Feel for that breath, your breath, reaching, touching, including these areas of the body just started to probe and touch and call into the pelvis and the abdomen and the perineum. So letting your breath ring with the waking up and the intelligence of the lower body. If this is still a comfortable position for you, we'll stay in straddle. If you need to adjust, move it into Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together. I'm going to remain in straddle. And with the arms relaxed, inhale into the upper back. We're going to move through some shoulder shrugs. Hold that, raise the shoulders, squeeze the tops of the blades together. Exhaling as you squeeze, draw down. Release the squeeze, inhale. Find the middle parts, squeeze, exhale, squeeze, and draw down. And as you release, inhale. Now going more for those, the bottom tips of the blades or the middle of the back, squeeze. Exhale, draw down. Let's do one more round, inhale. This time letting the squeeze help us feel, elicit, listen to the intelligence or the state of the heart, especially the back of the heart. Draw together the tops of the shoulders, give them a little shrug up, squeeze back, exhale, squeeze. And as you're squeezing, it's not just that we're creating squeeze, but the squeeze is a drawing in to all of the cells that are bathing in this heart field. Releasing, inhale. Feel how the inhale and the breath move through these shoulder blade spots and these upper back spots. So if you feel a little bristly or this feels kind of freeing or whatever you got going on, squeeze the middle parts of the blades. Exhale, squeeze. draw down. The squeezing is a going in. Think of it as it's a concentrating in. So the squeeze, the contraction can be and become more particular, more granular. So it can be part of the refinement of our mind-body connection, our brain-muscle connection. One more area, inhale. So if you just kind of slam your elbows or blades together and go, squeeze, get more granular. Right? Bottom tips of the blades go into the squeeze. Feel the sides, the left side and the right side. Are they squeezing similarly? Feel over which spine bones. If you have a sense of spine bone, you can feel over. Notice which section of those spines get a little numb or fuzzy, where the sensory information gets blurry. And then having relaxed all of that squeezing, resuming Ujjayi breath, focus into the back of the heart and feel his breath have any more specificity, granularity. Is there more detail, more discerning sense of the back of the heart? So let's help the legs together. They've been hanging out there a bit. We'll lie on back. Back to the gut. And with the feet off the ground, the knees over the hips. Inhale, the head and the shoulders off the ground. Pause. Curl tailbone. So that's feeling the top rim of the sacrum going down and the tailbone going up. Getting specific. Exhale, reach out through the left leg. Spread the foot bones. So sensing all those ball mounts, the forefoot. Draw the low belly down. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, bend that left knee. Curl tailbone. Exhale, reach out through the right leg. Stay with the belly, moving it in as you exhale and moving it in, moving it down further post-exhale. Inhale, bend that right knee. But inhale specifically into the low back, into the low belly, between the hip bones. Curl tailbone. Exhale, reach out through the left leg and feel the low belly participating to exhale. Post-exhale, feel that low belly continuing to move in, inwardly, sinking, knitting, gathering. Inhale, bend that left knee. Curl tailbone. Exhale, reach out through right. Stay with the low belly. It takes some reconfiguring to not just chest heave the breath out and then flippantly do something with the low belly later. Stay with the low belly and then draw it in, move it in. Inhale. All right, let's continue. Let's do 3 more per side. We're breathing, feeling that low belly like reservoir fill with breath. And feeling the motion and the movement, all that muscle, skin, and fascia just condensing, sinking, moving inwardly, inwardly. So one of the noticings I share with you is the discernment, the specificity of feeling in and through the body can often, just in and of itself, help the body feel and become free. So just clearly seeing one thing from another, feeling one thing as different from other. And we can get really specific with this abdominal breathing. In a way, it's a little bit like flossing. You can get quite specifically right in. You go between the organs, between the legs and the torso, right in, around. So you can, right, discernment. As we keep enriching these mind-muscle, mind-body connections, and start to track these muscles as they go behind the knee, where they attach and where the ligaments connect everything to each other. You feel the joints of the foot. And this is helpful to have this broad and this rich network of sensory information. It sure seems that to have a good map of the terrain is more beneficial than to have just kind of a broad sketch of the terrain. And when it comes to moving our blood and our fluid and energy through the body, when we have a rich map, we can go directly to these places. Seems complete in that way. We'll work frog, lifting through. So frog with bent knees, feet off ground, knees over hips. And we'll separate the legs widely apart. And because we keep the knees bent, if you can see your shins, the shins are running parallel with each other. And the feet are just a tiny bit lower than the knees. Okay? Just a teeny tiny bit. Now in this position, you probably notice the low back is curved. It's kind of getting pulled away from the ground. So this is where your breathing and your abdominals come into play. And let that curving away from the ground help inform me which abdominals and how to breathe supports. Almost like packing, just kind of supports and keeps that low back from lifting away from the ground. Inhale the head, shoulders up. Exhale, the tailbone shifts, reach out through the legs, spread the foot bones, pull low, belly, down. Keep going. Sometimes that first stopping point isn't the true stopping point. Inhale into the low belly and the low back. So you can feel exactly where the sacrum starts and the spine starts. Exhale, shift the tailbone. You can feel precisely where the tailbone is in your pelvis. Reach the thigh bones outward. You can feel where the thigh bone is, where the hip socket, the little cup is. Pull low belly down. You can feel where the organs are. Maybe feeling where the bladder is. All right, let's do some more. We'll do about 4 more of these frog liftings through. Stay in and stay in the belly. Stay with the belly. Stay in the belly. This can be such a jump out place for many people, but what I mean is, it's like we'll do little dabs of sensing, but there's a lot of, my observation, my impression, a lot of jumpings out. Start to remain in consistent feeling with that lower abdomen. So sometimes when I'm learning about an area of the body is new, attempting to feel more deeply into that area, that exploration, can feel like a lot of bouncing out, like shut off, like a lot of things just shut off and get deflected. You can penetrate through those defenses. You can feel and see in and through that knee-jerk response to bounce out. So we become more present than bouncy. And even something so simple as we complete those rounds of abdominals. Do we remain breathing and in connection with these lower organs? Even in the completion of a movement, do we bounce or do we remain? Let's set up for bridge. You can have a block near you. Feet hip width. Heels fingertip distance away. Inhale, feet active. By reaching down with the hands, the shoulders get kind of drawn down away from the neck. And exhaling, shifting the tailbone toward the sky, the buttock, muscles engage, the pelvis shifts, the torso raises up. It is entirely possible to work this unlocking the hip move and bridge without a block. But, you use one, now's the time to insert that under your sacrum. And relying on that block to take some of your weight if you're in pain. If you're not in pain, the block will just be a little nudge. like a low water mark. Left foot remains stationary. And inhaling, we'll pick that right foot up, crossing the ankle over the thigh, the left thigh. And exhaling, flexing that right foot. And we'll release, we'll switch sides. So we'll place right foot down. And inhaling, picking that left foot up. Exhaling the ankle over the right thigh, flexing the foot. Let that breath start to grow big. We've just been doing some things in the pelvis. We'll feel that breath stretching, roaming also into the heart. So touching, awakening, reintegrating. Bringing that breath that moves and touches the pelvis to also move and touch through the core and the heart and the shoulders and the brain. All right, setting that left foot down, we'll press, remove any block that's under you, stay in bridge for 3 more breaths. So if there is a little bit more space or difference in those hips, these deep breaths, these next 1 or 2 breaths here, it's a form of appreciating, acknowledging, integrating that difference into our breathing, sensing body. It's a form of learning or relearning, to acknowledge it, to see it, to get it, to feel it, to, oh, this is different. To appreciate the difference is part of the relearning, or the learning that, wow, there's a different bodily option here. There's a new sense inventory emerging. And this inventory we can lower down out of bridge includes a more spacious body. This new somatic inventory includes a freer body, a softened body, an open body, a fluid body. So in a sense, we're learning a new bodily identity, breath by breath, day by day. No biggie, just completely altering our identity. Let's turn over and get ready for dolphin. Just the small stuff. Yoga. All right, elbows under shoulders, forearms set out. Muscle move the shoulder, the bones, the muscles of the shoulders down away from the head. Push the ground. So engaging the muscles, the shoulder chest muscles front of torso. Keep all of that engaged as you inhale. So training that breath to occur without letting go of all that wonderful engagement. And then exhale, move smoothly, knees off ground. Release the weight of the head. And pressing, getting lighter in the shoulders. Gently set the knees down. We're going to just get right into it. So inhale, draw those hands under your shoulders. Exhaling, press back, downward dog. Wrap the shoulders, move the blades around the ribs as you're pressing back. Engaging the chest muscles as you're pressing back. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior two. Breathe into a chest opener. So we take the hands, interlacing them behind back. And then let me show you. I usually just interlace and, reaching back. If you need a strap to help connect the hands, I actually recommend a very small loop. What's small? I think it's like 10 inches. But then grabbing the strap and turning palm facing palm. It shouldn't feel weird to use a strap behind your back. It shouldn't feel weird on the elbows. So I'm not to just grabbing the strap and just coil up. Allowing the head to kind of lighten away from the neck and the shoulders. And feel the movement of the hands and the knuckles down away from the head. Letting the legs reach and work away from the pelvis. With all of these moves, one of the intentions, at least that I have for us, is to let all of those moves help us glimpse these moments of feeling more spacious and supported in the body. To recognize that that quality of spaciousness and freedom is a part of us. Okay, releasing the hands, inhale, reach them out to the side. Extended warrior variation. Exhaling, we'll go left forearm to thigh, and the right hand behind back will grab waistband or thigh. Release the weight of the head to the left. So your left ear can tip down or your chin can tip down. You find that best angle for your head, for your neck. But let's give it a chance. Now breathing, rinsing those neck muscles. A lot of lymph nodes in the neck. When you're working with congestion or something going on in the sinus cavities and such, it's really, really useful to have these tools of clearing and rinsing the neck, the head, the brain, the heart, the shoulders. Open up that right hand. We're moving directly into triangle. You don't have to lift up to go down. Just keep the torso low like so. And inhaling with straighten the left leg, straighten the left arm. Adjust your footing, your foot spacing. And then exhale, raise the right arm to the sky. We're lengthening our torso during all of this standing series. So that left side of ribs, you can check with your breath. Can you feel breath moving those low ribs, the left ribs? And again, releasing the weight of the neck, the weight of the head. We're going to lower that right hand. Inhaling, bend the left knee. Heel toe, your right foot next to the left foot. Just heel toe. We're coming slowly up to standing. And then we weight shift into our right foot. Standing alternate twist. Take your left hand to your inner left foot. Exhaling, press through that inner left leg. The right arm, send it away from the left arm. Good. And you can use things to balance, but getting steady, reach through the arms. As you reach through the arms, starting to intimate that broadness around the sides of the heart. And getting that wonderfully deep breath to start to rinse and find and feel just how vast that heart space might be. And maybe it feels kind of snug. Great. Start by breathing where it's snugly. Start to weave and letting that breath penetrate into those muscle bits and those stiffnesses. Getting right in there. Inhaling, we'll bend that left knee, set the foot down, and then exhaling, step the right foot back, pigeon. So we're walking left foot to the right side of the mat, lying the shin down. We're going directly into a hand grab ankle. As you get situated, right hand grab right ankle. Then fold down to your left forearm. So this is not a back bend. I'm not trying to prop up and make a back bend. I'm actually moving to the forearm. So this is has some lunge qualities. Inhaling into the low belly, the low back. Exhale, reach back to that right leg. Good. As you're reaching back through that leg, I'm just going to call it out. There might be a few of us who kind of wrinkled up and clutched at their abdomen. Almost like when we know or anticipate we're going to feel something intense in the leg, we might kind of rumple up in the organ and the guts to like, brace for impact. So in the next few breaths, as you're outreaching, soften through the abdomen also. That goes a long way to just helping the digestion of all of these experiences. Because when we get really friendly with all of these sensations that we have in our body, the rageful ones, the content ones, the apathetic ones, the excitatory ones, we're more willing to situate in and inhabit our body consistently. Presence. And release that right foot. Inhale, bring the hands under the shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. Move smoothly. So we're going to pause between sides, move to standing or set the knees down. We're going to do a moment of wall work. We're working downward dog on the wall, pardon me, and we're reaching one leg away from the wall at a time. So downward dog on the wall, hands. Reaching one leg away at a time. We'll, 3, 4, 5 breaths per side. All right, let's do it. You all know the way, but I'm just going to roughly talk us through. If you're a little ahead, just keep following your pace. You know you. So downward dog, heels skimming the baseboard, neck relaxed. And when you step up, the feet are about hip height. We're getting some really great deep breaths in the middle of the ribs, the upper ribs. Even though all those shoulder muscles, chest muscles are working, I hope you can get and feel some great breaths under those working parts. There you go. Just keep going. We'll give it a few moments more. There you go, pushing vibrant arm lines of energy. Deep breath, fueling, supporting those arm lines. You got it. And getting friendly with the feeling of the arms supporting all of that, and breathing with that. When you are ready, you've made your way back away from the wall, we'll just step directly into the other side. We start in a warrior two and chest opener. So we interlace the hands, or use your teeny tiny loop, exhaling the knuckles down. The arm bones move down, the collar broadens. Inhale underneath the collar. Now, just coming out of the little bit of weight bearing on the hands, the interlacing, you can feel in the joints of your wrist and your fingers. You can feel if you're kind of clutch, squeezing, gathering up your hands, or you can feel if the joints of the wrist and the hands are conducive to kind of space and openness. I'm not suggesting pull anything apart, but you can feel if there's the mind of grab, clutch, squeeze, hold, grab, or you can feel if the mind of fluidity, flowingness, openness pervades the hands. And I bet each of those has a very different characteristic feel in the shoulders and in the chest. Ho, ho, ho. Release, inhale, we'll take those arms out to the side, and then exhaling, extended warrior variation, right forearm to right thigh, left hand behind back, grab thigh or waistband. And with this, we definitely want to just help the head and the neck release. And then with specificity, using your breath, rinse through those neck areas. So in a way, we're kind of detangling, softening, relaxing all around that carotid. Underneath the skull bones. When we open up the left hand, we can leave our trunk close to our right leg as we move into triangle. Simply straighten the right leg and plant that right hand down. Inhaling, lengthen through these right ribs. If you need to adjust your stance, do it here. Exhaling, raise the left arm. Inhale, we'll bring that left hand down, heel toe, left foot to right foot. We are moving to standing, but I just want you to do it foot by inch, so there's no surprises in the sacrum. And then we'll weight shift onto left side. Right hand picks up the right foot. Just iterations of triangle here. Reach that left arm back, away from your right arm, away from your right foot. Let each deep breath be a call into the vastness of this body terrain. Hey, what is there for me to know here? And to feel more deeply, yes, sometimes we do, often we do go more deeply into the pose. Going more deeply into the pose doesn't guarantee that we're listening and feeling more deeply, though. So breathe as if, almost like calling into the mountain valleys. Echo, echo, hey. All right, we'll set that right foot down. And we'll step back for pigeon. So the left foot goes back. The right leg goes down. Left hand grab left ankle. Move down to your right forearm, so it's more of a fold than a back bend. And there you go. As the leg reaches back, the guts soften. That's right, we use our, there you go. Someone's guts are getting it. All right, release. Inhale, we'll set that left foot down, hands under shoulders. Exhale. Smoothly press back, downward dog. All right, gently set the knees down. Have a seat. We're going to revisit straddle. So we'll separate the legs widely. And as a post test, we'll snuggle in, see how the straddle feels differently. And we'll just do a little side bend with this straddle. So the right arm goes to the inside of the right leg. Inhaling into the left side ribs. We're reaching that left arm over. Now, one option is just side bend, reach that left arm freely, somewhere over the right leg. For some of you, you will like grabbing the foot, turning and opening the chest. If you don't grab the foot, work side bend. Release the weight of the head and the neck. And release that side. Inhale. And we'll walk it over to the other side. So side bend to the left leg was setting that left arm inside the left leg. And either Just reach the right arm over and the hand is just free in space. I might be inclined to grab a hold of the foot. And release. Inhale, we'll walk back centrally, bring the trunk upright, help your legs together, and lie back for whatever position is restful to you. And we're gathering, bringing in all of that new bodily information, just bringing it in with our breath. Our breath helps us notice and it helps us feel what's open, what's freer, what's shifted, what's different. As we rely on breath as a sensory agent. So where are those new little openings and bits of space? Can breath get to those spaces, those openings? Does that register to you as freedom? Does it register to you as destabilized? Does it register to you as openness? Does it register to you as too vulnerable? Is it possible it can occur to you as openness, fluidity, or transparency? Can those qualities become a part of our inventory? Are any of these qualities that you're experiencing in your body something worth cultivating and carrying beyond Shavasana into the following weeks and months and years of your life? And in the body way, when we acknowledge, feel, and find those qualities, we water it. So breathing in and on the acknowledgement location of those qualities. And just letting them sustain, kind of live in the body a moment longer. The body learns these qualities. And as it occurs to you throughout the rest of your day, you can touch back in and water these qualities as you acknowledge them, feel them, notice them, locate them. For now, bend knees. Turn to a side. And use all the hands that you have. Press up. Thanks all. Namaste. See you soon.